All right, so let's start with the big story of the day. After a lot of back and forth, and even at a point of time calling off the deal, Elon Musk has now finally purchased Twitter. He's completed his $44 billion acquisition, and as a first move, he has fired the top executives of Twitter. Now, Musk has accused the leaders of Twitter of misleading him on the number of spam accounts. He's now terminated Twitter Chief Executive Parag Agrawal, the Chief Financial Officer Ned Siegel, and also the Legal Affairs and Policy Chief Vijaya Gadde. Now, remember, she, of course, was the one who took the decision of banning Donald Trump from Twitter. Now, reports say that right after this signing, Parag Agrawal and Siegel were escorted out of the Twitter headquarters. Now, Musk and his team only had till today midnight to finalize the deal, and even before the official announcement, Musk had already declared his acquisition of the microblogging site. It was a sort of a heartfelt message for his Twitter adversaries. I'm quoting, and this is what he has tweeted. "The reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square." He further went on to state that he didn't but Twitter to make more money. He didn't buy Twitter to make more money. Rather, he claims that he's purchased Twitter to help humanity. He also called for a warm and a welcoming platform for all, but not a quote-unquote free-for-all hellscape. The Musk reiterated that not everything will be allowed on the platform. Some content could, of course, face some serious consequences. Now, these latest comments are just an extension of what he's been saying all along. A special focus will, of course, be to defeat spam bots on the website. Now, Musk wants to change many aspects of social media, but how they will translate in real life is something that remains to be seen. Just 2 days ago, the billionaire had sent the Twitterati's into a bit of a frenzy. He had posted a video of himself walking into the Twitter headquarters, of all things, carrying a sink with the caption, "Let that sink in." Now, the theatrics, of course, didn't end there. Elon Musk also changed his Twitter bio to read Chief Twit. Now, if these weren't enough, he has now listed his location as the Twitter headquarters in San Francisco. Now, the acquisition is a culmination of a remarkable saga. It was full of twists and turns, and at one point had even sowed doubt over the deal going through. It all began on the 4th of April when Elon Musk disclosed a 9.2% stake in the company, making him the largest shareholder. Now, he has purchased Twitter for the $44 billion that he originally said that he would want to purchase the company for. All right, now to give us more insights in terms of what this deal of Elon Musk acquiring Twitter actually mean, firstly for social media, and how does this even help Elon Musk in his business empire? To discuss this and more, we're being joined by Mr. Daniel Ives, who's joining us live from New York. He's the managing director and also the senior equity analyst at Wedbush Securities. Now, Daniel, thank you very much indeed for taking time out and speaking to us here on WION. The first question that I want to ask you is, it's a $44 billion deal that Elon Musk has now finalized. He's acquired Twitter with this. Now, how is this likely, firstly, to begin with, how is this likely to impact Twitter? Are we going to witness some major changes? Because Elon Musk has started off by firing the top management of Twitter.
Look, I think this is just a start. I mean, there's going to be massive headcount cuts, layoffs at Twitter over the next few months. And we've heard 75% is an extreme number, but I think probably closer to 25 to 30%. But then it's how is he going to monetize it? I mean, there's probably going to be a change to a paid subscription piece, you know, and then there's really going to have to be on the whiteboard. I mean, this is going to be a massive Herculean task to turn this asset around. It's a troubled asset. He's paying, in my opinion, $44 billion for an asset that's probably worth about $25 billion. Probably one of the most overpaid tech acquisitions in the history of M&A.
Right. And also he said that he says that this is something that he's doing for humanity. This is something that he's doing for free speech. One of the issues that he had raised at the time of acquiring Twitter was that he had said that he was misled in the number of bots that operated in the Twitterscape. Do you think he'll be able to cut down on the number of bots that actually operate on the Twitterscape?
He might be able to cut down on it, but these are issues that Dorsey and Costello and everyone else has had major problems at Twitter. And bots, if it's 5% or 15%, it doesn't change the challenges in terms of the monetization. I do think look, this was essentially a deal that Musk got cold feet. Ultimately, going to the Delaware court, he basically knew he was going to lose and had to buy the asset at this point. And now it's for him. The easy part was buying Twitter. The hard part's going to be fixing it.
Hard part is going to be fixing it. And also, how do you see the Twitter shares on the share market in the last 5 days? The Twitter shares have gone up by about 7%. That's pretty, some would say a very balanced, sort of a steady rise in terms of the market capitalization of Twitter.
Yeah, I think there were still some worries, maybe potential government re-looking at the deal and some other noise that we saw. Still some skepticism if you go back a week ago, even on the financing. But ultimately, as of now, I mean, Musk owns Twitter, and I think now the fireworks begin in terms of freedom of speech, how there are going to be policy changes to the platform. And I think right now there's more questions than answers, I think externally as well as internally for Twitter employees.
And also, Elon Musk is an extraordinary personality. He's someone who's very outspoken, is wildly popular on Twitter, especially. He's got so many millions of his followers. Now, with him being at the helm of affairs on Twitter, and also considering that there is so much of news that breaks on Twitter, there are so many heads of states who are on Twitter, who keep tweeting about many of their policy decisions. Do you think there are major changes in terms of how Twitter, in fact, operates as a micro-blogging site that we can expect to now see?
Look, I think that's the broader worry, and there's going to be a bright spotlight here because Musk, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. And now he's no longer a user on Twitter. He owns the platform. And that's going to be a tightrope for him in terms of the political firestorms, balancing in terms of right, left, regardless of what country you are. And I think for Twitter, their issue has not been that they're not pervasive. I mean, Twitter's as pervasive as you can get. The problem is it doesn't just make that much money. The monetization and social media headwinds are under major sort of what I'll call headwinds. That's going to be the challenge for Musk going forward to turn this around.
Right, and my last question to you, Daniel, is you mentioned that $44 billion, you think that Elon Musk is actually paid more for this company than what it is actually worth. And you say that monetization is, of course, a big challenge. Elon Musk is one of those very incredible entrepreneurs who's turned a profit with a lot of businesses that he's ventured into. Do you think with Twitter, he'll be able to turn a profit?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've followed Musk from the beginning, seen what he's done at Tesla, SpaceX. I mean, Twitter is a disaster in terms of, as a social media platform, the monetization. And him selling Tesla stock to buy Twitter, it's like he's basically selling caviar to buy a $2 slice of pizza in New York in terms of the Twitter shares. And I think it's going to be very, very difficult to turn this into a profit and ultimately make money back on its $44 billion.
All right, very interesting there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Daniel Avis, for joining us from New York and getting us all those insights there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.